Buongiorno, come sta? More Italian. Um, as I say, I don't speak Italian. I just like to pretend that I do because speaking Italian is therapeutic. Try it. Buongiorno, come sta? You can't not feel good when you do that. I'm continuing my theme of Italy. I don't have any. There's no favouritism here, but whenever I do one of these, it's something has inspired me to talk to you about, and it happens to be Sicily. I was recently watching a programme on BBC, which I highly recommend on the iPlayer, about Sicily, a place I went to last year, Palermo, the capital city, and it was, to quote Rafael Nadal, it was very emotional. It was really quite. He looked at the history and the diverse history, the rich history of Sicily, and it was quite tremendous. So I thought, okay, I'm going to talk about. I was inspired by that. So what can I talk about? And one of the best known wines from the region probably doesn't have a very good reputation. It's called Marsala. This is the one I was thinking of here. Doesn't mean anything to you. I'm sure you've heard of Marsala. I don't know what you know. I'll tell you the basics. Marsala is a fortified wine, so like a sherry or a port, made from local Italian indigenous grapes. I'll tell you the names, although it's kind of irrelevant. Grillo is made, but it can be made used to make dry white wine. You've got Grillo, you've got Catarato and Inzolia. Well, no idea. Fortified with grape spirit to bring the alcohol level up. Health fortified means strong in alcohol, 18%. This particular one is called Superiore, 2 years of aging in casks, oak casks, 18% alcohol. And, quite a few experts might, say, well, don't bother, don't waste your time with Marsala. Use it for cooking, which you can do, and that's fair play. But I'm going to do something different. I don't usually taste in these things. I'm going to taste this one because I haven't tried it yet, and see what we get. I'm going to tell you what I get. That's a spittoon. Always spit, folks. Huh? Always spit. Kind of nice. Now, it's kind of secco means dry in Italian, but it's not dry like a dry white wine. It's kind of nutty and caramelly. It's got that fortified taste that you get from a sherry as well, similar kind of intensity. It's actually rather nice. That's the kind of thing you could drink, like you would drink a dry sherry or an Oloroso. You can have it. You could have it as an aperitif, very cold. I think it'd be better having after dinner. If you weren't going to have it before dinner, you could have it. Well, let's see what they say. They're the experts. Let's see what they. I'm just going to say almonds and things like that. Perfect. Okay, here we go. Perfect match with toasted nuts. Okay, toasted nuts. If served slightly chilled as an aperitif, you see. I know a little bit. Or at the end of a meal with almond or ricotta cheese desserts. Okay, now, that's fair play. Interestingly, one of the things I like most about Marsala is not to drink it, is actually the fact that you make tiramisu with Marsala. I don't make it, but I know people do. I know one particular person, hopefully she's going to watch this. Tiramisu is possibly the greatest dessert on earth. Chocolate, sponge fingers, cocoa powder, cream. It's just outrageous, and it's got Marsala in there. You can also cook, like you can with Oloroso, you can cook meat dishes, mostly poultry and white meat. So something like veal, pork, chicken, you could use that with a Marsala sauce. So, true, it does have a place in the kitchen, and some people might tell you that's his best place. That's a personal thing. I rather like it. It's a little bit different, and I think of when I have a little sip, not that I have it very often, but I do think of Sicily. And if you've been to Sicily, you'll know what I'm talking about. Marsala, for those of you, Sicily island, big island, Mediterranean, near Africa. Palermo's on the kind of north, on the kind of side facing Italy. Marsala's down kind of in the southwest. Very hot, obviously. Apparently very beautiful. I've never been. And yeah, so as often with the wine, it's the place it comes from, which is just as important as the wine itself. Now, one other thing. How many minutes have I? I've overdone my time a wee bit today. Sorry, I've got some technical thing that's going. Technical. Something's just come up with the computer and I don't really know what the hell it is. Anyway, it must go on now. Somebody was asking me, or telling me, or suggesting to me, when you do these things, you should talk about, because I love cinema. You should talk about a wine to drink with watching a film. Does that make sense? Which wine to drink with which film? That's kind of quite a cool idea. So to start on that theme, for Marsala, I'm not going to suggest the obvious, or some of you might be thinking, oh, Sicily, it's got to be The Godfather. Well, actually, that's not very original. Wonderful film, but I'm going to tell you about a little film that I would recommend instead. It's called The Leopard in English. It's called Il Guépard in French, and it's called Gattopardo, I think, in Italian. Il Gattopardo means the leopard. It's from 1963. It's an epic. It's one of these magnificent films that they don't make anymore for a multitude of reasons. Very sad. It has Burt Lancaster, great American actor, Alain Delon, great French actor, and Claudia Cardinale, a very great and beautiful Italian actress. It's about the fall. It's set in Sicily in the 1800s. It's an epic. It's about a family's not destruction, but it's about the changing of the times and the changing of the old order into the new order. And it's an epic song, and it looks great. If you've got 3 hours spare and you want a wee glass of Marsala or some tiramisu after dinner, watch The Guépard, The Leopard. I'm not a film critic, that was a bit ramshackle, but hopefully you've discovered something new. It's always fun talk here because I just kind of do it from the hip, and there's always something interesting to see. I've gone way over 6:50, I'll have to stop talking now. Thanks for listening, grazie, arrivederci, ciao.